This is a narcissistic narrative about my time in mock trial. Nothing more, nothing less. If you're expecting something else, this is your warning to fuck off. I basically held my poor friend captive to listen to this entire bit while she laughs here and there. And for those of you who want to watch this entire thing, feel free to look at the different clips and images I gathered from the years of college mock trial. I mean, think about it. Like, look at all the tournaments that we did this year. I think just invitational season was just splendid. Usually invitational season is a bunch of disappointments, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can remember most of the results from invitationals. My first ever invitational was with Rice. And this is just me ranting about my college mock trial experience effectively. Because this is my send. I'll probably make this a different video. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, I don't have pictures from then. I can try to pull them up from, like, the group me and stuff later on. But, let's see. I came to the team as an expert. This is like Christian's biography. You guys should be honored to listen to this. But let's see. I was afraid I wasn't going to make the team because, like, when I joined high school mock trial my freshman year, I only did it because my carpool was doing high school mock trial, and I would not get a ride home on Tuesdays and Thursdays unless I also did mock trial.
A means to an end.
Yeah, exactly. Literally a means to an end. And like, I was terrible at public speaking. I was super shy and nervous and like a very sciencey, nerdy kid. And to an extent, I to the most part, I still am.
I know. I was like,
yeah, not much has changed. Yeah, it's not like there's some like character development or growth or anything. But I guess racism counts.
Gonna get bleeped out. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. So I joined the team, and I had to do we got a lecture on what a direct was and a cross was. We had 3 weeks of lecture, because it was a class. Mm-hmm. It was for credit, and I was enrolled in it. So we had to get lectures and stuff on what directs were, crosses were, openings and closings were. We had to read the case law and the penal codes and stuff. And after all that, we had a tryout. And the tryout was write a direct, write a cross, and they have to be good and meet the standard. Mm-hmm. And write a 2-minute speech, and then you're going to get a 1-minute improvised speech, right? Okay. So not too different from our tryouts. Yeah. Mostly the same. Yeah. I stuttered through my prepared speech because I spent so much time writing it, I forgot that I had to memorize it.
What did you talk about?
I talked about... you're not going to believe this. I talked about how it is wrong to experiment on animals because we don't want to hurt the little animals. Let's just say...
With a straight face?
With a straight face. I genuinely believed that at the time.
Oh.
I was like, oh,
What is your opinion now?
I could give a lesser shit about animals. They're lesser than humans. I'm not even stuttering when I say that. Like, I understand people have affections for animals. And I do too, some animals at least. But they are not worth more than humans by any stretch of the imagination.
Fair. Okay, continue.
But anyways.
It's very funny.
I talked about that, and I was like stuttering about like not testing on animals. And they asked me questions about my speech, and I was like super nervous. And then for my direct, I hadn't asked and answered in the direct. I asked the same question twice because I forgot that I asked it. And I was like later on, it's like, oh no, that's asked and answered. And my cross was, I didn't know that you had to do leading questions. And we covered that bit. I forgot. Uh-oh. You can imagine what a disaster that entire thing was.
You've come so far.
Yeah, I know.
This is the moral of the story. No matter where you start.
Yeah, and I almost got cut from the team because they made me a witness, a backup for someone else, because legally they had to enroll me in the class. They couldn't kick me out. Dang. But I was a backup for someone. I was like really mad. I'm like, my dad's gonna be pissed if I'm just wasting time.
I can't be an alternate.
Yeah, no, I can't be. Like, what? No, I'm my father's son. I'm not some second-rate understudy. Get out of here. So like, and I was like really pissed, and I became a witness, and I got an award. And then after that, I became an attorney for a year. Disaster. Utter disaster. Man. Because I made the same mistakes I did my freshman year. I was super nervous and stuff. Yeah. No, I didn't ask open-ended questions. Like, I knew I got the technical stuff down, but I was still very nervous and shy, and I was stuttering through objections and stuff, and I wasn't like clean as I should be. Mm-hmm. So, that wasn't a very good showing. And then I was a witness again, and I ranked second for regionals. So I was like, damn, this is it. And then I ran for president, and I got it. And I was like, this is it. Like, I'm done with mock trial, but wow, like, I've come so far. I'm excited. This is awesome. I was really, really happy. Okay, all that is said and done. And I come to Baylor, and I'm like, is college mock trial a thing? Like, it's got to be, right? Like, it sounds like it's a thing. Uh-huh. And then for some reason, my friend and I were... we walked through all of late night together. We walked through every single booth we possibly could. because we played ping pong for 8 hours that day, and we were like, we need a break. So we went.
We need to go do other things.
Yeah. So we did late night, and then I ran into Brandon. B Coop. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I ran into B Coop at the late night thing, and he's like, "Tell me about yourself." I'm like, "So I did mock trial through high school. Like I was a president and stuff. Like I really want to do it." And he's like, "Yeah." And he like shows me all these awards that they got, and I'm like, "Oh, these guys are serious. Oh no."
And that's where you realize I won all of those.
Yeah, no, because like our story was we were happy to make it to the last round of regional in high school because we cannot compete with private schools, and who's like, if your parents are attorneys, we can't compete with you because we don't have a coach.
Yeah.
Like, our faculty advisor is there, and he's nice, and he gives us a room and everything. And he has a law degree, but he doesn't like to coach our materials or manage anything. It's just the presidents and captains to do all that. And I was like, oh, wow, this is like the big leagues. It's like, oh, these guys are good. I might advance from, like, a tournament this time. This is great. That was, like, unfathomable. Yeah. Like,
horizons just open before your
right.
eyes.
And after the interest meeting, my friend and I prepped for the interest meeting together. And let's just say, because I didn't mock in high school, I was a little bit ahead of her, so I wasn't completely retarded. But she and I prepped for like a full week and a half, and like I religiously memorized that affidavit. Something I haven't done since.
The one and only time.
Yeah. And like I had my tryout and everything. I was soaking wet for tryouts because I had a umbrella, but it was for Southern California rain.
Did it break?
Yes. That was the first time I ever used it. And
the last time?
Yeah, and it snapped. Like the bearings that support the umbrella snapped, and I was covered in water. So I have my navy blue suit on, and then parts of it are dark blue, splotched, and my hair is dripping wet, and I walk in like soaking wet into tryouts. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys.
That's like me on an average day, just because I don't carry an umbrella.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like, no, don't worry. It's not like you like made the rain happen. Yeah,
so
and I got I was still worried because I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, okay, there's about 60 kids at these interest meetings because my other friend went to the other interest meeting. I'm like, canvas how many people are there? And I'm
so
like,
you can run your statistical analysis.
And I did. I'm like, okay, so there's 8 returners that are guaranteed because there's 4 people on exec, 4 people on chairs, and there's about 60 people trying out. Of those, there's like about 15, 20 returners. And I'm not sure how good these returners are. All I know is I saw all these trophies during late night. And I'm like, these returners are gonna kick my ass. Like I'm not ready for this. Like I'm shooting way out of my league here. Yeah. And I was terrified for a week. I'm like, what if I don't make it to mock trial? It's gonna look so embarrassing. It's like, what if I tell my dad like I didn't make the team? That's gonna be so fucking disappointing. And then during a game of ping pong, I got a call from like a random number. I'm like, I don't know. I picked up random numbers back then. I usually cut them out now. If it's important, you'll leave me a voicemail. But
same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I picked it up and it was B Coop. He's like, hey, I want to let you know that you made the tea. And I was like, yeah. I like went nuts.
Aww.
Yeah. My friends and I like we had a little moment. We ran around screaming. I bought a bottle of Gatorade from the Martin Hall vending machine, and I went back to playing ping pong.
As one does.
But yeah, I was ecstatic.
Before you started buying bottles of champagne.
Of course.
It was just Gatorade.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I'm glad that's a tradition that we have now. Mm-hmm. Like we win. Did we have a champagne party for Oryx? Mm-hmm. No, we didn't.
We didn't have time.
We didn't have time. Yeah. That's actually hilarious.
We don't have
the biggest tournament of the year, no champagne.
It's like the best we've ever done. It's like no time.
Champagne. That's hilarious.
We're going places.
Yeah, but yeah. That was a great year. I had plenty of fun competing. For the first tournament, I was an expert witness single-sided. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not that good. I kind of wanted to be an attorney. And then somebody got sick, and they're like, Krishna, you're an attorney. Memorize his materials, tournaments tomorrow. I'm like, okay, I got it. And it took me the full day to memorize the materials. I wrote them down on different pieces of paper. I used like active recall, all my cute little neuroscience techniques to help me memorize the questions.
Oh, God.
I was just a mid, by the way.
That's great.
I'm like frantic about this
humble
stuff.
Beginnings.
Yes, I was terrified. And they're like, after that, I did pretty well. I scored pretty well. We went 4-4 though. I was pretty disappointed. But B Coop after that was like, yeah, you should be an attorney again. And so I closed for Green and Gold after that with Jilly. And it's one of the greatest tournaments I've ever had. I had a lot of fun. I directed experts, and I was the witness on. I think I double-sided for that one. Yeah, I did. I double-sided. That was the first time
Your
I
debut.
ever. Yeah. So I played. I played the expert on one side, and I closed on the other, and that was the first time ever double-siding. I was like, "Wow, this is cool. They think I'm good."
I think. Fingers crossed.
Again, I was very humble back then because I had people to answer to.
It didn't last long.
No, it did not. I really got to my head fast.
Yeah.
And again, the second year was kind of humble too because I answered to Waverly and Jillian, and I was like, I'm just a kid. I have no awards. I'm not really good at this. I'm like,
And you got an award. You're like, forget all this.
Fuck y'all.
Taking over.
Yeah, no, Phil got an award before I did.
Wow.
Phil and Chloe both got an award before I did.
Nice.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. I kid. No,
yeah.
but that is proof that they are legit. I think they're legit better than I am.
Yeah.
But let's see. That Zoom year sucked. I hated it. Through and through.
Yeah.
For many reasons. The people on the team. One Justin Jodson. And that wasn't very fun. There's another person on the team who I'm sure you know. I didn't like either, and that was just a very team. I guess the only plus from that year is that Phil and Chloe got on the team, and that's obviously those are our two best competitors on the team. So it was important.
Net win.
Yeah, exactly. For all the nonsense that the negatives were, the positives were way better.
Yeah.
Junior year was frightening. Mock trial caused me to lose so many nights of sleep because I did politics. It was just politics.
It wasn't actually mock trial.
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm okay with politics, but everyone kept encouraging me to punch below the belt, and I don't know how do I put this. I wasn't ready to do that. Now I'm okay. As a matter of fact, I punch below the belt rather frequently. But I wasn't ready then.
That wasn't part of your character arc at that point?
No. It took me until the end of the year to punch below the belt. And at that point, I was like, wow, this is really effective. I'm going to keep doing this.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that was a terrifying year. I never had a moments of respite. Every tournament was terrifying. The only plus was Chloe's an excellent co-captain. And that gave me a lot of stability because I wouldn't have to worry about small team because it was just so much fun captaining that year. Yeah. We didn't win much of anything. We got...
But regionals.
Yeah.
Regionals was it.
Regionals was redemption because we went 2-6 the first tournament and I was like, Oh, I didn't tell you. We got first my freshman year in regionals.
Wow.
Yeah. We went 8-0 for that one too. So that wasn't my first place.
Yeah.
Freshman year for 18 regionals, we went 8-0.
Okay.
And that was like, damn, we're ready for orcs, and then COVID. And they took my orcs away.
Oh, man.
Fuckers. And then, I was mad. I was like, just let me compete at orcs.
You asked me when I cried? That was sob story.
No, understandable. Understandable, yeah. But I did get to spend some time with my brother. So,
Little thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then... Yeah, let's see. I don't remember. Zoom, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
I went 4-4 at orcs, but Phil and I were on a team together, and that was very nice. And yeah, I honestly got to know Phil better because of that regional team that we had together. I don't
Bonding through trials
and bowling,
trauma
and bowling and at least multiple attempts to have bowling, but we end up doing anything but. But yeah,
nice.
That was great. I don't think I would have been friends with Phil but for that regionals team. So, although some people on that team I don't like, it has a near and dear place in my heart.
Nice.
And then for junior year, that regionals team was fantastic because we had a bunch of people on that team that were really B team material. They weren't ready for A team, in my opinion. But they were doing well. They were improving, and I'm like, okay, they can be there. And then they all quit. I didn't have to worry about teaching them anything because they quit. Right? They just disappeared. And even the toxic people disappeared. And I was like, wow, except for one person. But they just left. I'm like, wow, this is great. I don't have to worry about any of you. Now, the downside, Kristen, Chloe and I have to double side both benches, right? And I was like, wow, I've never seen this done before. Will this work? Yeah, it turns out when you have only competent attorneys on both sides of the bench, I mean, you can't fuck up.
Hey, you made my day. That phone call made my day. That's all I gotta say. You sounded a little bit worried, and I was like, I can't sound too
Well, yeah, because you're a freshman. I don't want to dump double siding on you like that. But
I'm
yeah,
one of those
you were
weird people who gets really excited.
Yeah, no,
it's
you
not
were
the sense of dread. It's the yay.
Because you don't stutter, you don't mess up. You were ready for that, and it was great. I've that was the most relief I have ever felt on a bench because I don't have to coach anybody. I don't have to tell Chloe what to do. I don't have to tell you what to do, and vice versa. Nobody tells me what to do. We're just chilling because we know all of our shit front and back. And that was a beautiful bench, first place, regionals. That's how you do it.
Fantastic.
And we pulled Emma up from C team because we ran out of witnesses.
Yeah.
We pulled Emma up, and I'm
phenomenal.
like, I was really sus about her. I was like, okay, I'm not really sure. Like, her scores have been very sus among us so far. She worked her tail off, right?
It was really good.
Z scores and everything aside, Emma had an exponential acceleration after that. And that was so beautiful. So beautiful. And I'll forever be thankful for her because I think she won an award at regionals. And she really proved, yeah, she did. She won an award at regionals for Witness. And she really proved that like whatever her performance was in the beginning of the year, like she really just put the legwork in and was something else by the time competitive season came. Orcs happened. And that's all I'll say about it. I really didn't.
The end.
Yeah, I didn't really like that orc style that much. It was depressing. The ride back. It was going 4-4. That it gives that ugly sinking feeling in your stomach, and it's just.
The only redemptive part about that is when we took Rhodes to Tab and won.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and we beat Rhodes.
And we beat Rhodes.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they had a blonde on their team, and she had an Australian accent. I'm just a man, so yeah.
Missed opportunities.
What? No, I didn't mean I was gonna ask her out. I just mean like I didn't want to take her to Tab. I don't know who she is.
Way back then.
Yeah.
Is that the same one?
Yeah, that's the same one. The same one that they had on Confessions. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know who she is. I don't even know her name, but I just didn't want to take her to Tab.
Loses train of thought. Actually, we concede. We plead guilty.
You brought the complaint. I still plead guilty. Just simp out and Tab, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But
Anyways.
that was a strange tournament, and that's all I'll say about that. But Chloe got her attorney award.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and by golly, I was like, damn, that's like the attorney.
All national.
Yeah, all American.
No, all national. That was all national.
Oh, Orcs is all national,
Yeah.
and then all American is that actual
nat.
What a strange way. Okay, all right.
Or you say all orcs? What is an orc?
Yeah, or all like
What is orc?
opening round championship
Yeah,
series.
but that's not it's not like regions or like states. It's just
Fine, just say all Southwest or I don't know, all Middle East.
Okay.
But yeah,
Then senior year.
Senior year was by far the best year. I think the people that we had in terms of just presidency and everything, Rachel was an excellent president, and Phil and you being on exec was great because I finally had an exec with only competent people and nobody else. It really only took one incompetent person to ruin an exec for a year. But yeah, I finally had an exec with only smart people who only made good decisions for the most part. I know we disagree with things here and there, and I made some bad decisions myself. But it was good to have just nice, stable procedure. And captaining a tryout, so we had excellent tryouts.
It was so
that
fun.
was so fun.
The whole year was so fun. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god, tryouts was so fun. And then we came back to decide captains and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna captain with Jack. It's gonna happen. Let's go. I was so excited. And I had an excellent time captaining with Jack.
Yeah.
Again, that University of Houston tournament, favorite of all time. That's the team. Guillermo, Grayson, Jack, Natalie, and Emma. I mean, these guys, and Jacob, these guys, Christian. Yeah, no, I keep thinking of names, and they're all great names. That's the team. I know it's not the most competitive stacked team because we had some newbies on there that were getting on their feet, but they got on their feet quickly. We got first and second.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like we went out with a whimper or something. We really did get first and second.
Invitational season was on fire this year.
Yeah.
You were literally
I know we didn't go to the best tournaments.
Yeah.
I'm okay to drop the first place at Rice because let's be honest, anything else I would have killed myself.
Yeah.
And I would have killed some people too. But the second place at Houston I was kind of proud of.
Just generally we were doing
Jack got an
great.
Attorney Witness Award.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. And I was so happy to be part of that team. And yeah, I know competitive season was some of the greatest success we've had in a long time, and I value success more than anything.
Yeah.
Numbers more than anything. But in terms of experience, I value my invitational season better. I don't know what to say. Yeah. And then green and gold was nice. Captaining with Zoe was very fun too. I think we got second at green and gold too because we missed one ballot with A&M. And again, I was having a stroke throughout all 4 rounds. I was really on edge and I won't get into details because I was having a panic attack. I was like, this is my first place. You fuckers are taking me away in first place.
Oh god.
Yeah, I finally got the double award. I've always wanted to get attorney and witness award. Because
you got it.
Yeah, because that was the standard I wanted to hit. Because I was looked up to Brandon Bikoop, and he got the attorney witness award, and I feel like that's the one thing that makes me special. I'm not the best attorney, I'm not the best witness, period. That's it. But I think that I'm a jack of all trades. I just need a double award at a tournament to prove it, and I finally got it.
Yeah.
So that was probably the peak for me. I finally did the Jack of all trades achievement. So
this is the Jack of all trades award.
Yeah. So that was nice for me. What was that? A&M. Oh boy, yeah.
A&M was great.
A&M was good.
A&M was
yeah. I did end up getting a witness award because they tallied my votes or my ballots wrong.
I know you just ran away to go
get
your award
because listen, because at that point I already gotten a few attorney awards at that point, and I was like, this is nice. I have a decent amount of attorney awards, but again, I'm trying to prove to myself that because Justin said
have an agenda.
Yeah, no, because last year, the year before, Justin said you're good at being an attorney, but I think I'm a better witness. And he also said that you're better on Zoom and I'm better in person. I'm like, bro, fuck you. No, that really got underneath my skin. Yeah. So I was like, okay, all right. I mean, you want to play rough? Let's play rough. I'll get my attorney.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, the year before I'd gotten a few attorney awards, and that's nice. And then in junior year, but senior year, I need my attorney awards. I need my witness awards more than anything because that's what's gonna seal the deal and prove that no, I really am good at this. Yeah. So I finally got my witness award at Rice. Technically, doesn't count. Then I got one at Green and Gold, and then I got one at A&M. And I mean, A&M was also 10 teams. So yeah, I guess. So
it counts. It's an actual.
It's something. I guess.
It's a wooden award. It's
a physical award. I didn't say right. No.
You couldn't it couldn't blow away in the wind. So
Rice didn't count because the award was paper. Rice didn't count was because there were 10 teams.
That's true. Yeah.
Bro.
I know.
Yeah. But
very good teams either.
Yeah, but I was happy to get my witness award at A&M. And I thought that finally made the case of no, guys, I really can do both.
Believe in me.
Yeah, and then regionals.
Okay, we want to talk about that.
Oh boy.
Orcs though. Orcs.
Oh man.
Orcs was hype.
Orcs was great. First round, we came out swinging because I wasn't sure if we won that round or not. I genuinely thought we split or something. Because my heart was broken after regionals. I'm like, guys, no matter how well we do in round, all it takes is one person to take away our character evidence form to lose 2 ballots.
We have trust issues with everything. Everything's going to be documented twice.
We lost those ballots by 4 and 3 points. It was close. If we had the character evidence form, that would have been an easy 6-2 break. But no, they lost our form, and we can't do crosses anymore. And I was utterly terrified. I'm like, I don't want to be swept away because some pathetic circumstance ruins my trial. I don't accept that. Yeah. And I was mortified as to how it would go. We switched theories. I switched theories. That's on me, but I'm sorry. I feel like the results vindicate my impulsive actions. So... Yeah, I mean, what a ride. We went 27 and something.
What?
17 and something the first round.
I don't remember the point totals. I just remember 7 and 1.
It was 17 and 7 the first round, and I was like, yay, guys, we got our first 2 ballots.
Who was that against?
OU.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and I was more that round.
Yeah.
And then that was actually pretty fun. It was a good opening. I think it set us off on the right note.
Because it's familiar. It's not brand new.
Exactly.
We
and
hit
then
them before. We beat them before.
We went ahead and we played Trinity next, and that was an experience. Plaintiff, because me and the other attorney, their star attorney, got to face off, and he was the better attorney that round, no question.
Yeah, I just don't like him.
Yeah. Again, I'm pretty mid as far as attorneys go. I don't think I'm the best, but I wanted to beat him, but I didn't. Yeah, he was just a better attorney, and I had to swallow that. It was very difficult.
He's weird.
Yeah.
I'm very.
But we won that round by 2-2. That round
close.
had no business to be that close.
That was too close.
Because remember, our directs were very quiet. everybody
Yeah.
was super soft on our directs. And, like, nobody was completely memorized. And it was really weird. I'm like, guys, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
This is the works.
weird.
Like, we switched our theory on defense. I get if they're not memorized. Why are we not memorized? We've been the same since day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and, like,
gosh.
it was really iffy. And, like, we got the 2-2. And then, like, Chloe, Rachel, and I were hugging each other. Like, yay, we got our 4-0.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate round, Bama. I had called my parents time and time again. I'm like, please, please, please bring my brother. Like, you know, I don't like my family watching mock trial and stuff because, well, I'm not going to be, whatchamacallit? How do I explain it? I'm not going to be the guy to sit and explain what mock trial is for 2 hours just so you understand what's going on. And my parents aren't very legally inclined, so I have to do quite a bit of explaining. And I honestly, I don't want to go through all that.
Yeah.
I care that they're proud of me and they understand that, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I care that you know that I'm good. End of story. Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Don't ask questions.
Yeah. But my brother knows because he did mock trial for a year in
Really?
middle school. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and he knows everything. He even knows some people on the team because he like sees her like posts and stuff. Yeah, so he's like, I want to come. I'm like, okay, you know what, you should come. And he came to I think the best round.
Yeah, that was
he
the
could have
best
possibly come for.
For sure.
And he took some funny notes, and it was nice. It was really comforting just to like look back and like like pat him on the head and then go outside for recess.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think he got to watch the best round.
God,
And then we did a whole bunch of clown shit in that round. Opposing counsel, how many times did Mr. Condry say, what was the theme?
Say, fault to the,
faulty pilot.
Faulty pilot.
Faulty pilot, of course. Of course.
Miss Lake, it's like, and she like turns back to the
6 times.
blonde
Yeah,
sitting next
yeah.
to me. No.
6 times. Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Very
She
strange.
was very annoying.
And they're like, the witnesses were decent on their side. Their caller was pretty good until he started crying during closings.
I don't know why he did that. That was weird.
I don't know either. And they were like pointing out like the different directions you could go. I'm like, guys,
And then you got up there and you did geometry. You did geometry closings.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I will say, I never know, like, what to expect, like, coming out of your mouth. I don't know. You know, it could be anything. I don't know. But when it comes to mock trial, I usually have a general idea of what you're going to say in a round until you start talking about tangent lines and geometry, and I'm like, nope, he's going off script on this one.
It worked.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah, they ranked me pretty high that round. Although, again, the Trinity Attorney deranked me by the first round already. So, and then the 4th round, Tufts, that was hard. We shouldn't have won that ballot. I think we should have gone 6-2, but I'm not complaining.
I'm not, it's one of those things where mock trial isn't fair.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you need that little bit of luck and it swings in the wrong direction and...
Yeah. Nationals that was Nationals. I'll say that.
Nationals
rounds were horrifying. I think the only redemption was Chloe gave the best performance of an attorney I've ever seen before. Period.
Hence why we came back with an All-American.
Yeah. I think that was the only redeeming part is that I got to see that happen, and I'm surprised. That was just a spectacular performance.
Yeah.
That's about it. I genuinely remember nothing else from Nationals because it was just irritating through and through. It was just not fun. It wasn't fun. There were no memes. Nothing. It was just a very set of rounds. I think what made it fun was hanging out with Phil and Anthony and you and going to the pyramid and screwing around and just having fun at a tournament. Rachel buying me fudge. Thank you so much, Rachel. That was really helpful.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, getting a little box of fudge. That was great. I hated going from courthouse to courthouse. It was just But I mean, in either case, again,
it's a great way to end the season, end a career.
Yeah.
Like, where else are you going to end it?
Yeah, we finally made it back to Nationals. And
pretty happy.
Was it worth the hype? I don't think so. I honestly don't think Nationals is worth the hype.
Would you have rather not gone?
No, I would have killed my ego. I think it's necessary to go to Nationals so I don't commit suicide. But that being said, I think, again, what I remember from Nationals is the people I went there with.
Yeah.
I don't remember the actual tournament itself.
Yeah.
Of course, going 3-9 doesn't help my memory, but...
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, going 3-9 doesn't help my memory, but I remember the people we went there with. I remember...
That's kind of mock trial in general, though, to some degree.
Well, that's not me in general.
Okay, fair.
Right? Unless we're going on an express vacation, right? Like, for business trips and stuff, or stuff that I do for work or whatnot,
Yeah.
I don't remember the people. you are not relevant. I have an expressly other purpose here.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
You are not
for better or
relevant.
worse with mock trial, I am forced to rely on other people. And I think about it all the time, like, I could have gone to other schools, right? Like in California and stuff, and they've got mock trial teams. And I'm not sure if it would have made the cut. We all know I didn't really start off as being good at anything. So I'm not sure if it would have made the cut. So, like I know now, like with the attorney I am now, the witness I am now, I'd make a cut for probably UCLA or something as a freshman. But I certainly wouldn't have made the cut then. But what if I went to like some other school and I competed there? I'm going to be honest. It's a familiarity effect. When you see the same people over and over again, you have an attachment for them, you like them, and they're your team. And the same could be true for if I went to any other school like Berkeley or something. I'm sure I would have had the familiarity effect there for their mock trial team. But I can say hand over heart, there'd be no base people on that team. It'd be a bunch of sensitive pricks that say the same shit that I hate hearing over and over again, and I'd have to live my life walking on eggshells. That would suck as a team experience. I'd have 0 friends on that team. I would want to hang out with nobody. I'm sure they're great people, but I'm positive I'd want to hang out with nobody. Because there wouldn't be a Jack on that team or an Emma on that team. Because like it's not like I've been divorced from SoCal either, right? Mm-hmm. Like when Jack and Emma joined the team, these guys are from the same region of California that I am. Jack is 10 minutes away from where I live. And like we get to share a lot of the things that I know only we know. Mm-hmm. And that makes me really happy. Like it's the little things like that that made Baylor mock trial good. Not the fact that I'm on Baylor per se, but is that by some strange happenstance, a lot of the people that came here were some of the most fantastic people I've ever met. Yeah.
Turn it off.
Why? You're gonna cry? No.
No, not now. Oh gosh. That's probably the most wholesome.
And in all seriousness, this year's been a gift. This program has been a gift, and as with every gift that I've received, I'm incredibly thankful. My only regret is that I could not give back to the same level that this program gave to me over the years, for the friends I met and how it changed me as a person, with the amount of, confidence I had, the way I talk, and the way I proceed about things. I mean, forget about just the technical shit about mock trial and it helping your career and the general nonsense like that. Because I competed at Baylor, because I know I can compete at mock trial at any other school, I'm confident about that. But because I competed at Baylor, it's the people that I met who changed my perspective on how I do things in life regarding the morals and ethics and some of the more important things that determine who we are as people. And for that, I have specifically Phil and Kristen to thank. I know you guys are younger than me, and if anyone knows a thing or two about me is that I don't take shit from younger people. I view them as almost lesser human beings, but yeah, there are exceptions to every rule, and these two are part of that. I learned so much from the way they behave, and I hope that one day I can pass on that kind of wisdom and good judgment to other people. They've been excellent friends, and in many ways I will be forever thankful for their friendship, their company, their humor, and more importantly, I guess, to mock trial, their amazing presence on every ballot that we've ever been together. Honestly, it'd be incredibly disrespectful not to throw Jack in there. I mean, he's been fucking fantastic from day one. I love his energy. I love his honesty. You always know who you're playing with, and captaining with him was amazing. I know that it was stressful for him, and I know whose fault that is. It's mine. But he's definitely a one-of-a-kind, vibrant person, and I love hanging out with him, and, I'm not going to say too much because it's incriminating. I'm going to miss being your witness, being on your bench, or being your attorney. I'm going to miss directing you guys, practicing crosses with you guys, joking about the case with you guys. But I will certainly look back fondly on all the time that we've spent together as mentor-mentee or as, friends on the same bench, double-siding. And if there was a good way to sign off, I suppose this is probably, one of the best up there. Everyone knows how I would like to improve my sign-off, but that's the point. And you guys will always be in my thoughts and prayers. Not that you're dead or dying or anything. It's just, I want the best for you guys. That's it. And, again, I'm incredibly thankful for all you guys have done for me, and I hope to repay in the future to whatever extent that I possibly can. Thank you.
I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre.